Hi everyone, my name's Joe from Tech Southwest. So we're a membership organisation representing and supporting the tech sector across the entire Southwest region, so from Cornwall up to Gloucestershire and Dorset and everywhere kind of in between. So what I'm going to do is just talk a little bit about Tech Southwest and what we do to support the sector and the work that we're involved with. And then I'll talk about a report that we've just launched, which is the first of its kind in the region, and some of the insights that reveals in terms of talent in Southwest Tech. So just before I start, I apologise for the echoey acoustics. I promise I'm not sitting in my bathroom. I'm just in quite an echoey room. So Tech Southwest, so we started about 5 or 6 years ago, kicked off by tech marketing agency Astley Media, who are based in Exeter. Basically, a client came down from London, wanted to work with them, and they said, where's the kind of the regional tech cluster? And it turned out there wasn't one. So Astley Media started one, and it's now Tech Southwest about 5 or 6 years down the line. As I say, we're a membership organisation. We've got about 2,500 members right across the region. And you can see on the screen there some of the local clusters that we work with. So really sort of across the whole region. And we work running kind of events, knowledge sharing, sharing resources, best practices across the region, and sharing kind of news across the sector as well. So these are our 3 main pillars. So business support, funding, and talent. And you can see within each of those some of the initiatives that we run, including kind of peer groups. We've got the Startup Studio and the Scale Up Studio, which are virtual accelerators for founders in the region. We've just started an esports festival series, which is great. Had a really good showing a few weeks ago at Exeter College in their new esports academy, and kind of trying to promote through that the range of opportunities available to people getting involved in the esports industry, because it's such a fast growing one. Within the funding stream, we've just set up the funding advisory board, so that's working with partners including British Business Bank and Innovate UK to try and enhance access to funding for tech companies in the region, particularly startups, and particularly kind of further down in the region to make sure funding doesn't just stop at Bristol. 2 sides of that coin. One is showcasing to investors what's available in the region, and the other side is signposting for tech companies and tech founders to what funding is available for them. So it's quite an ambitious project, but certainly exciting. And then the third pillar is talent. So we run a STEM group which meets regularly with education providers and tech organisations across the region. We recently ran a tech talent summit, helping kind of produce tangible next steps to address some of the talent issues facing the sector. And we run a regional jobs board to help people find their next opportunity in tech. And then around the edge, we've kind of got bits that don't fit into those 3 buckets. And on the left, you see the showcasing, the Tech Southwest Awards. That's really the kind of flagship event in our calendar. That's really all about celebrating what's going on in the sector. So last year, we also launched a Southwest Tech Daily. This is a news platform for the entire Southwest Tech sector. Anyone can contribute their news. You just have to hit that purple contribute button in the top right, and your news, put your story in and it will get on there. And that's all about helping to showcase what's in the sector. And at the moment we get about 1,200 unique visitors per week. So really pleased with how that's going. This is just a quick snapshot of how our calendar looks for this year. So plenty of events coming up, plenty of events already in the rearview mirror this year. You see, looking forward to August. And then in November, that's when our Tech Southwest Awards take place. And at those awards, about 20 categories, including Best Education Initiative and the Teach Tech Award, which celebrates individuals inspiring the next generation of tech talent. So that's a run through of what we do. Now just on to some of the kind of findings that we've found from our research. So one of the questions we've been looking at in the last 8 months in particular is there a tech talent crisis? We run an annual survey, so that goes out every December/January. And in our latest one, we really tried to kind of pick out some of these talent issues facing the sector. So one of the questions we asked was, what is the biggest barrier to growth facing the Southwest tech companies? So this survey was taken by around 100 tech companies all across the region. What was the biggest barrier to growth? Talent. by quite a big margin. So almost half of tech companies are telling us that their biggest problem is access to talent. And then in second and third place, you've got finance and investment, and then kind of external economic factors sort of way below talent. And that's, you know, after a global pandemic and Brexit, that kind of speaks for itself, really. 30% of tech companies told us that they're recruiting at 2021 levels. What are the others doing? Over 2/3 of recruiting beyond 2021 levels. So recruitment is on the up. There's more competition for top tech talent than there probably ever has been. Off the back of our annual survey, we wanted to sort of provide a more laser sort of sighted insight into the talent aspect. So we ran a tech talent snapshot survey as well. Again, about 100 tech companies from the region took part. How difficult is recruitment right now? You can see almost half, well, in fact, over half said either incredibly hard or impossible, and over a third said reasonably hard. So you can see recruitment, tech companies are struggling to connect with top talent. Why is that? So the main recruitment challenges facing tech companies, hopefully you can work out this graph. There's a key at the bottom. So the green area indicates number one. That means that's what people selected as the top challenge facing them. And then it kind of goes up. So lack of candidates was cited as the number one top recruitment challenge by about 56% of tech companies in the region. You can see candidates lacking required experience and candidates lacking required skills came after that. And actually salaries, questions around remote or hybrid working, and time for resources or for onboarding were much lower down the list. So really the lack of candidates there. So what we're doing at Tech Southwest is trying to help people get into the sector, find great roles and careers in tech. So have tech companies needed to increase salaries in response to recruitment challenges? Yes, categorically. You can see just over a quarter have said no, and a big chunk have said yeah, between 1% and 5%. But actually, if you look, there's some quite big spread there. Plenty of companies saying they've increased it by a quarter or even more. So salaries are on the up in the tech sector. We also asked what the roles and skills companies need right now. These are the top 5. So data science, way up there, and web development, machine learning. IT support, so they're the big ones. In 5th place, you know, they're 1 in 5 companies are looking for people who know about robotics. And then the next 5 skills that are in demand: customer service, sales, mobile development, quality assurance, and marketing. And still there, 15% of tech companies are telling us they're looking for people who know about digital marketing or tech marketing. So that's a significant proportion of the sector. So now we come on to the big one. So those results were from our kind of own surveys that we just pushed out to our members. This is the Southwest Tech Analysis Report 2022. This is the most comprehensive research project of its kind ever conducted into the Southwest tech sector. So our headline sponsor was Deloitte, and we had support from Ashley Media, SensorNet, Core Blue, NatWest, and University of Exeter. And it was led by Whitecap Consulting, who spoke to tech companies all across the region and really dived into the figures. So I'll just take you through some of the findings in this report with regards to talent, which was a big chunk of the report. And this is free to download from the Tech Southwest website as well. So techsouthwest.co.uk, you can get the whole report. You can see it provides a really detailed breakdown of the entire sector across the region. It tells us there's 168,000 people working in tech in the Southwest. There's 170,000 university students. And this is interesting. So of those students, 19,000 are studying tech and engineering courses. Now that's 57% higher than the national average in terms of a proportion of university students who are studying tech courses. So that's very significant, and it shows that we're pretty good actually at providing skills to university students, at least in the region. The problem is maybe what happens to the talent afterwards, or helping people who don't study tech at university get into good careers. The Southwest tech sector is to grow to almost 20 billion gross value added a year by 2026. So in the next 5 years, it's not slowing down. It's the fastest growing part of the economy in the region, tech. And there's going to be 125,000 more jobs available in that time frame. So in the next 5 years, I'm from Truro, so I measure things in terms of Truro sizes. So there's going to be 4 Truros essentially in terms of the number of people that we have to get into tech roles in the next 5 years. Salaries are going up, so we saw that from our own research, and this kind of much more detailed research really, just backed that up. So almost 5% increase between 2020 and 2021, and tech companies are telling us that they're going to keep raising salaries. It's interesting with changes, especially since the pandemic, there's greater competition for talent within the region and also within sort of wider areas of the UK with things like remote working. It brings good points and bad points. It makes it harder to compete for talent if you have also having to compete with companies from London or the North or wherever. But it also means that salary levels are becoming more equalised with the rest of the country. So the report provides 27 quite detailed, concrete next steps for the sector to move forward and address some of these challenges. And I just picked out 2 from the talent section, which are really pertinent to today. So one of those is to enhance academic courses and the requirements of employers to help deliver a work-ready flow of school leavers and graduates into the workforce. And graduates there could certainly include people who graduate from courses like Train4Tomorrow and come into the sector. So there's a real need for courses which are tailored to the needs of industry, which it's fantastic to see initiatives like Train4Tomorrow addressing that. And this other point is to improve accessible tech career information and resources for all age groups and career stages. We need to focus on key positives, the variety of tech available in the region. There's jobs that I haven't even heard of, but they're out there and they're looking for people. Average salaries, overall strength of the sector, which is very high, the range of career underpinning themes including environmental tech and quality of life. And there's some real standout industries in the southwest through marine tech, environmental science, space tech in Cornwall is a huge one. So yeah, just kind of showcasing what's available. So that's a very brief run through of our findings and our research. So go to techsouthwest.co.uk/join and you can become a free member of Tech Southwest and keep up with all the news. Also on our website, you can find the Southwest Tech Analysis report and download it for free and have a read through, see what you think, and get a much more comprehensive picture than what I've been able to provide this morning. And yeah, keep in touch. And that's it from me. I'll be happy to answer any questions if you've got them in the chat, or I'll be floating around for the next half an hour or so, chatting to people if you wish in the networking areas. So I'll just give it a few seconds to see if anyone's got any questions, and if not, I'll hand back to the main room. But thank you very much for listening. And yeah, Tech Southwest is really here to support the sectors in terms of supporting tech organisations and supporting people who are looking to get into the sector or working in the sector. So any questions, get in touch, hello@techsouthwest.co.uk, and we'll be able to help you or put you in touch with people who are better placed to help. So thank you very much. I'll hand back to the